Hi, hello, welcome to another video. Today we're doing a springtime grunge, like, mashup. So if that sounds like something you would enjoy, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to do my eyes first, starting with the Rare Beauty primer and a nice zoom in. I'm just starting out with an eye primer because I'm going to use some cream shadows from Mob Beauty, and I want to kind of like knock back any colors that my own see-through skin tone is bringing to the party. I could use a concealer, but because my eyes, and I guess the rest of me, lol, is getting older, I don't want to put too much on there. And the whole vibe of grunge is really like, I don't care, it's kind of effortless, whatever, throw it on. So nothing's going to be too crazy precise. I'm going to use my Cream Clay eyeshadow palette from Mob Beauty. I mean, yes, perfect, wonderful. And I'm going to start out with M87, which is really just a gray. Of course, you could use regular eyeshadows, and you could use like literally any colors. So the gray is bringing the grunge, so I'm just going to smear it kind of like literally everywhere. And because it's a cream, I can really manipulate it however I want. I'm going to just flip this brush over. It has like a pencil brush on the end. It's from Rena Beauty. I'm going to dip into this lilac, which is M83. And I'm going to put it on the inner corner and blend it up into the gray. Also like smudge it down on the lower lash line. Going to try something and take this M103 and place that on the lower lash line. I know gray and yellow really work really well together, and yellow and purple work well together. So it's like a combination you can't really beat. And this is like not stark, bright sunshine yellow. It has a bit of gold and a bit of green to it. And I'm just like flicking it out, not being too careful. Then I'm going to go back in with the purple, so I get a nice blend. And I'm going to let those sit and do their thing and move on to the skin. I'm going to take the Jane Iredale Smooth Affair Brightening Face Primer. It's a tiny bit blurring, but it's not drying on my skin, so I appreciate it very muchly. And it smells like a tall glass of just like Florida Orange's orange juice, which I just so happen to be drinking orange juice. I love it. Apparently my mother craved oranges when she was pregnant with me, and I blame her for my like love of oranges and orange juice. I can't get enough. Maybe that's why my hair's red. Who knows? I'm going to be using one of my all-time favorite foundations, the HAUS Labs Triclone Foundation. I'm in the shade 040 Fair Neutral. I love this because you can really manipulate it to look however you want based on what you put underneath. And it definitely lasts all day long. It's thin, lightweight. What more can I say? I'm using a BK Beauty 101 brush. It can be as full or as sheer coverage as you want. I'm just waiting for her to drop a Triclone concealer. I haven't tried the powder, so if any of you have and you really like the HAUS Labs powder, let me know. With a sponge, pick up any excess. And I can get around my eyes a lot easier. This is a little $1 sponge from Shop Miss A, and my earrings are just from a random Etsy shop. I literally typed in unique earrings and this is what I got. Now that's also where the little goldfish bag earrings came from, and my dinosaur earrings. If you follow me on Instagram and have seen those, just came in a bag. They're cheap, real cheap, but they're cute. For concealer, I'm going to use the Faux Filter Concealer from Huda Beauty. This is a good one, and I didn't think I would like it because it calls itself a luminous matte, which, what, that's an oxymoron. really don't need that much concealer thanks to that foundation. I like this concealer. It's hydrating. It's definitely has coverage, but it's not super matte and drying. So I'm going to blend it out and even like sweep it down onto the tops of my cheeks as I move towards the nose. And I like to put some here because I have broken capillaries, which is really rude. And everybody's interpretation of grunge is going to be different. There is a brush I'm looking for. It's a flat brush from BK Beauty. Where is the brush I'm looking for? Aha! Found you. Following suit, I'm taking Sugar Cookie from Huda Beauty. I hate to admit, because of the price, I love this powder. I'm going to put it underneath the eyes, through my eyebrows, etc., etc. with a BK Beauty 113 brush. It's flat but fluffy, so I like to use it to set underneath my eyes. Like, this powder is so smoothing, and if you do a very thin layer, it's hardly detectable on the skin, which we absolutely love around these pots. I don't know if I'm going to bronze. That doesn't seem very grunge to me, but I am going to contour with this cute little new Essence Baby Got Bronze. This is the shade Moon Dust. It smells like Watermelon Jolly Rancher, but the color is nice. So I'm going to place it right here in the hollows. In the hollow. Taking a BK Beauty 109. And I'm going to blend down and up. Down towards my nose and up towards the eye. And that's a really super natural looking contour for, I don't know how much it was, like $4, $5? Isn't that nice? Going to take it down the nose as well, apparently in the most wonky kind of way. Speaking of AOA Studios, I'm going to use this blush from them. This is a plush blush in the shade Stratus, and it is like a fingernail polish kind of applicator, but it's a nice mauve-y, seemingly perfect for grunge kind of color. It's going to give me that purple to tie in with the eyes, but it also has a hint of gray. I love blush, but I'll try not to go too blush crazy. I do need a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I want more. I want to wear as much blush as possible. Going to use my HINDASH Monochromance palette to set these creams, and I'm going to go into Match to set the like grungy yellow. Nice. And then I'm just going to wipe that brush off. This is a brush from Pure Cosmetics, and go into Anti from the Antidote and set the purple. This is going to make the shades a lot less pastel, a little more punchy. I'm going to take the coolest shade in here, which is Ego, and follow my nose contour and take Ego and flick it up towards the very front of my brow. I'm using a very light layer of it, just blending the rest down the nose until it kind of disappears, and if anything gets wonky, just tap over it with a brush or sponge. And I'm just going to use the same gray cream shadow and just reinforce it now that it's had time to sit. It's going to help me like blend everything out and fade into the skin. So if you use a light hand, there's no reason you can't be mixing creams and powders, as long as you don't overload your brush and you hold your hand far back on that brush and you go soft and slow. I want to do some liner, so I grabbed my cake liners from Mob Beauty. I use the navy one, which mine has glitter in it because I used a brush that had glitter on it, but it isn't shimmery. They're matte cake liners. Navy one is M89. I'm going to take a BK Beauty 204 brush, dip it into that cake liner, and press that along my lash line. If you wanted to make a more precise line, you could absolutely wet this like it is intended to be used. Or if you have the Monochromance palette, you could use inked, but I want this really dark navy blue. All the way across, like such, like that. So we definitely have fun colors going on, but they're nice and muted and grungy. I have a freckle right here, which is throwing me off. It's making me think that things are not blended. But they are. So I've curled my lashes and I'm going to take the FITGLOW Beauty Good Lash Mascara in Rich Navy. I feel like we can go a little softer than black. Obviously black is never a bad choice. So we're doing this on top and bottom. I'm also going to take this Cali Ray Surf Proof liner in the shade The Deep into my waterline and tight line. And I'm just going to go ahead and do my brows as I normally do, and you can take a little pump break.
Hi, Lucy. Sweet girl. Shake. Good job.
Did my brows a little bushier than I have been lately with Glossier Boy Brow in Auburn and the HAUS Labs The Edge Brow Pencil in Cinnamon. For the lips, I'm not really sure how I want to approach them quite yet. I'm going to start with the lipstick from Mob Beauty and Jessica Hayes collab in M102. Might be too warm, but it's like a grayish color. These matte lipsticks are amazing. The co-creator of Mob was one of the original chemists for MAC Cosmetics, so you know he knows his stuff. I'm just going to do a little finger blend. And then take my all-time favorite cool toned lip liner, which is the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Moonwalk. Definitely purpley kind of undertone. So I think blending these two might give me the perfect color. And I do feel like I need just the tiniest touch of bronzer. I'm going to use a very cool toned bronzer, Jones Road Dusty Rose bronzer. Just going to do a light layer of that with a BK Beauty 104 brush. I bought all these brushes myself, by the way, and I always notate with an asterisk and PR in the information box things that have been sent to me, and if there's not a little asterisk with a PR, that means I bought it myself. I'm just gonna like dust this literally everywhere, I guess. I feel like because my lips are so pigmented, I'm getting a interesting look on the lips, so I want to add a gloss. I feel like this color from FITGLOW Beauty, this is one of their color lip serums. They're absolutely amazing. This is the shade Joy. So I'm going to put this on the back of my hand because I do not want to alter the color. I like the gloss effect, but the color kind of got ate up by the gray. The only way to negate that is to go back into my cream lilac color. Maybe? Well, that really didn't work either, so I'm just going to blend everything in and call the lips done. I didn't put on any highlighter, but of course you could if you wanted to. And this is where I have landed for my grunge look, and I really like it. Of course, you could just change up literally any part. You wouldn't have to wear a grayish kind of lip. You could do a gloss, a clear gloss. You could do a chapstick, you know. Black would also look cool, or navy would look cool. Literally, it's all about just muting tones and not being afraid to take things down a little lower than you might normally and just get a little messy with it. I really like the way everything came out, and it's really like you don't have to think about it, just slap things on your face kind of vibes, which I love. Very like anti-traditional beauty color combo, and I like it very muchly. I hope you like it as well. I appreciate you so very much for watching. If you like these kinds of videos, share it with a friend. Don't forget to like and subscribe. As always, be blessed and be kind, and we'll see each other again soon. Bye! Also, finger tats are not real. They are from INKBOX, as well as this little banana guy. And you leave them on for an hour, and they last for 1 to 2 weeks. So cool. So cool.